Christine Persichetti. Around the globe, families are fleeing their homes because of war. Many have nowhere to go. But a group of nuns is following Christ, welcoming the stranger by opening up their Long Island property to refugees. Currents News' Katie Vasquez joins us now to talk about their efforts and the impact it's made for one family. Hi, Katie.
Christine, the family I spoke with lost everything in an instant: their business, their community, and their sense of safety. They left it all behind when Russia invaded Ukraine to forge a better life here in the U.S. with the help of the Sisters of St. Joseph.
A new day in a new country.
My husband tried to work hard, and I do everything about the house with all my kids.
A world away from the war in Ukraine. When the first shots were fired, Alexander took his wife Ksenia, 2 kids, and his mother out of their homeland.
And I lost everything. So we had to start from the very beginning.
It was a long journey, traveling thousands of miles through Europe and eventually crossing the Atlantic Ocean. But it didn't stop there.
We crossed the border through the Mexico to the United States.
And finally, the family ended up here with the Sisters of St. Joseph in Long Island, in a rent-free apartment.
This program allows them to stay for a minimum of a year. Many programs for refugee resettlement, the time limit is 3 months. You can't even get your mailing address.
The sisters aim to help new arrivals begin a new life.
I have time to learn English and to find a good job, because I don't have to pay rent right now, so I can look around and adjust a little bit.
But lending a hand is no small feat for the sisters. They don't receive government aid, and housing families like the Somans costs about $8,000 a month.
When I will leave this place, I want to help other people like the sisters helped us.
And the Sisters of St. Joseph are constantly getting requests to host even more families. They're opening their arms to as many as they can, but they say the demand is overwhelming. Meanwhile, this family is getting ready to settle on their own, finding a car and apartment in the new year, which will open up space for a new family. Christine?
Thanks so much, Katie. The tablet just wrapped up a competition to help Catholic schools and students. The annual Catholic School fundraiser encourages kids to sell subscriptions to the paper to earn money for themselves and their school. See the top paper boys and girls, plus the schools with the most sellers in this week's tablet. You can pick up that paper at your local church this weekend. You can also support the tablet by becoming a member. To find out more, just go to thetablet.org/become-a-member. Turning now to the terror in the Holy Land and the call from one Israeli officials for help from Pope Francis. During a video news conference, an Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesman said the country is aware of the Pope's repeated interventions on the war and said he expects the Holy Father to be, quote, as loud as possible to talk about the release of the hostages. The official also criticized the Pope's communication with Iran, saying they are part of the problem, not the solution. Meantime, Christians in Jordan are canceling Christmas to show solidarity with the Palestinians. The leaders of Jordan's Council of Churches announced all celebratory events are canceled. They consider this a gesture of respect for the growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Instead, churches are only focusing on religious observances like traditional worship services and masses. Now let's quickly take a look at some other important headlines happening around the world. A new report shows Christianity is growing despite religious persecution in some countries. That's especially the case in places like Iran, China, and Nigeria. A pro-life loss in Ohio as the state voted to codify abortion access into their constitution. The procedure is legal up until fetal viability, meaning when the baby is around 24 weeks. The first African-American seminary is celebrating its centennial anniversary. 100 years ago, St. Augustine Seminary in Mississippi opened its doors. It's produced numerous African-American priests, some of whom later went on to become bishops. There is a long history of faith in the United States, and it's the highlight of a new exhibit at the New York Historical Society. Researchers gathered dozens of documents, objects, and images designed to tell the story of how religion helped shape America. Currents News' Katie Vasquez gives us a sneak peek from the Upper West Side.
You can see that we have these two embroidered hearts.
An artifact of faith, helping New Yorkers see a part of American history in a whole new light.
When we talk about Western expansion, we don't often talk about religion, or we talk about it in very limited terms.
The New York Historical Society is focusing on that spirituality with a new exhibit titled Acts of Faith, Religion, and the American West.
And you'll see we have a replica of the rose stained glass window that he has shipped in from France.
Curators have gathered a vast collection of 60 objects, images, and documents, all designed to tell the story of how religion became a vital part of American life in the 1800s.
Bishop Jean-Baptiste Lamy, who goes out to Santa Fe in 1851.
The exhibition shows the many faiths of the American melting pot and the experience of a vast number of ethnic communities. One Catholics could enjoy looks to the southwest. Mexico once controlled the area, but after the Mexican-American War, many Franciscans left, leaving the people of faith in the area struggling for spiritual guidance.
There are priests that are still active and working, but there aren't as many as probably are really needed. But the villagers work, among themselves to maintain. It's really important to them that they sustain their Catholicism.
The journey out west was grueling, and some didn't make it. This rosary belonged to one of the first sisters of Loreto to settle in New Mexico. She was one of the lucky ones.
Two of the sisters took ill. One of them actually died along the way. But I think it's a testament to their commitment to the mission.
It's just one of many stories outlined by the Historical Society that New Yorkers should know.
And many of the other stories in our exhibit are ones that people won't be really familiar with. And so we hope that they come in and learn more about how religion has played a role in American life.
The exhibition runs through February of next year. In the Upper West Side, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
To see the exhibit, Acts of Faith, Religion, and the American West, just go to nyhistory.org/visit. Looks interesting. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.